A disrespectful dancer learns a valuable lesson about maintaining proper decorum around the royal guards. Who stoically maintain their composure in the face of inappropriate behavior. This delightful moment captures the king's horse graciously acknowledging tourists who maintain a respectful distance. Showcasing the magnificent creature's friendly nature when proper protocols are observed. In a beautiful display of trust and gentleness, a woman extends her arm to pet the royal guard's horse. Creating an unforgettable connection between human and animal. An unforgettable, heartwarming moment unfolds as a disabled woman in a wheelchair raises her hand to pet the king's horse. Showcasing the animal's gentle and caring nature. At the Household Cavalry Museum, a royal guard happily obliges tourists by allowing them to take photos with the horse, ensuring everyone's safety with gentle care and attention. In an exclusive access moment, tourists are granted the rare opportunity to touch the king's horse. A privilege permitted by the royal guard. A lucky woman tourist receives the green light to pet the guard's horse. Creating a memorable interaction between the visitor and the majestic animal. To the restricted white box, the guard gently taps his arm to remind him to step back for safety and discipline. A young girl initially hesitant to approach the king's horse with her father, is pleasantly surprised when the friendly horse takes the initiative to greet them. As the father holds his shy daughter near the royal guard's horse, the animal gently greets her, helping her feel more at ease and share a laugh. During a parade, an arrogant couple ignores police instructions and enters a restricted area with a suitcase. displaying a lack of respect for authority and rules. When a cyclist gets too close to the king's guards, a policeman charges at him with his massive horse. Emphasizing the importance of maintaining a safe distance. Santa Claus rides his bicycle, decorated as a sleigh, and gets stopped by the police, highlighting the need to follow rules and regulations. Two ladies step into the restricted white box near the Royal Guard, prompting the guard to shout, "Get out of the box!" As a firm reminder. A mother and her children step into the restricted white box. And the guard's stern command to step back leaves them visibly taken aback.
Oh my God. Bloody hell.
Elderly man, failing to read the rules, steps into the white box. And the guard's immediate order to exit forces him to jump back in surprise.
Chap. What an absolute moron. Police should have arrested him.
A group of disrespectful teens shouting at the king's guards during the Horse Guards parade.
Disrespectful? No. Absolutely. No, he's a working right.
Is escorted out by police for their inappropriate behavior towards working soldiers. A disrespectful tourist attempts to make the King's Guard shout. Result in the tour guide, an entire group being thrown out by armed police officers. A lady steps into the restricted white box, and the horse delivers a gentle bite as a reminder to respect the boundaries set in place. Another tourist enters the restricted area, and the horse delivers a more serious bite, emphasizing the importance of adhering to the rules and boundaries. A Chinese tourist, unaware of the rules, takes a photo near the horse and receives a firm bite on the arm as a consequence of his actions. A lady casually walks through the restricted horse box, believing it to be no big deal. But the guard promptly reminds her to step out. In a brilliant display of crowd control, the guard uses his horse to move tourists away, sending them running and demonstrating the effectiveness of the animal's presence. A girl steps inside the white line and receives a firm reminder from the horse, Ormond, that he is on duty and not a toy for tourists. As two Queen's Guards make their way to the guard box, a respectful woman made way for them. Setting an example for other tourists on how to behave appropriately. A disrespectful middle-aged man approaches the royal guard and horse, showcasing the patience and restraint the guards must exercise when dealing with obnoxious and rude tourists. A couple takes photos too close to Arnie and Ormond, the Royal Guard horses, serving as a lesson for tourists to maintain a respectful distance. Despite warnings, a lady steps into the restricted area and receives a painful bite on the face from the horse. Emphasizing the consequences of ignoring rules. Even after the guard's warning, a lady ignores the rules and gets too close to the horse, resulting in a firm bite as a reminder. An elderly lady learns a painful lesson when she steps into the restricted box and receives a bite from the horse, underscoring the importance of respecting boundaries. A tourist attempts to make the stoic King's Guard laugh by pulling silly faces and cracking jokes. But the guard remains unmoved, showcasing their unwavering discipline and professionalism. During the changing of the guard ceremony at Horse Guards in London, a stubborn tourist disrupts the solemn proceedings, disrespecting the time-honored tradition and the guard's dedication.
What a handsome lad.
The King's Guard is not a mere tourist attraction. They are real people living to serve their country. Tourists must respect these dedicated individuals and refrain from harassing them.
You are handsome.
A startled King's Guard firmly reminds a tourist not to touch the reins of his horse, emphasizing the importance of respecting the rules in the guard's personal space. A male tourist intentionally touches the reins of the King's Guard's horse, disregarding the rules. The guard's cold, serious expression conveys his annoyance while maintaining professionalism. A calm initial warning. A female tourist persists in touching the King's Guard's horse, forcing the guard to shout firmly to stop her inappropriate actions. In a shocking display of disrespect, a tourist attempts to wrestle the bridle from the King's Guard, prompting the guard to assert his authority and maintain order. A King's Guard's horse grows visibly annoyed as a woman repeatedly tries to touch it. Shifting uncomfortably and silently pleading for the tourist to stop. A nuisance of a woman distracts the guards from their duty, refusing to listen to the police and causing unnecessary disruption to the solemn atmosphere. In a startling incident, a Royal Guard's horse bites an elderly lady after she grabs its reins. Highlighting the consequences of disrespecting the animals and their riders. Female tourists attempting to touch the Royal Guard's horses for photos are sternly reminded not to step on the hooves, ensuring the animal's well-being. Rude tourists engage in the unethical and condemnable behavior of touching a guard's horse, displaying a lack of respect for the animals and their riders. A rude tourist attempts to break a new rule by touching the King's Guard's horse. Showcasing a blatant disregard for the established guidelines and the guard's authority. In a shocking turn of events, a Royal Guard's horse bites and drags a tourist, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a safe distance and respecting the animals. Tourists rudely grab a horse's neck to take a photo, displaying disrespectful behavior that undermines the dignity of the Royal Guard and their noble steeds. A female tourist deliberately steps into the path of the marching King's Guard, prompting them to shout loudly at her to move aside and maintain their formation. Display of disrespect. Rude tourists touch the King's Guard's boots twice, violating the guard's personal space and the sanctity of their uniform. A tourist accidentally blocks the path of the marching King's Guard, prompting a sharp warning to move aside as the guards maintain their disciplined formation, impressing onlookers. Amidst the crowd, an officer spots young royal fan Frank. The kind-hearted officer brings the boy closer for a memorable encounter. Fostering respect and admiration for the Royal Guards.
There's not a band, so they're not going to play any music.
A tourist crosses the line to take a photo with the Royal Guard. The guard gently but firmly reminds her to stay behind the designated boundary, maintaining order. A woman inadvertently steps inside the restricted area to take a photo. The guard firmly reminds her of the boundaries, emphasizing the importance of following protocol. Despite the guard's warning, a lady grabs the horse's reins while taking a photo. The guard reacts decisively, commanding her to release the reins, stressing the importance of instructions. Grabs the horse's reins, prompting the guard to react swiftly and assertively. Maintaining a respectful distance at all times is essential to avoid such incidents. Tourists crowd around the royal guard and his horse, disregarding personal space. The situation escalates, leading to a confrontation with the police, highlighting the consequences of disrespect. A boy stands too close to the guard for a photo. The horse, protective of its territory, grasps the boy's bag and tosses it away, demonstrating spatial awareness. In a surprising moment, a Kingsguard horse grabs a woman's hair. This unexpected interaction further emphasizes the importance of maintaining a safe distance and respecting the animals. A woman referred to as Karen mocks the armed police. And is sternly reprimanded. This interaction serves as a reminder to always treat law enforcement with respect. The horse for a photo. The horse bites her arm painfully. Serving as a consequence for disregarding the warning signs. Similarly, a Royal Guard horse bites and drags a tourist to the floor, when she steps into the white box, further emphasizing the need to respect boundaries. This incident highlights the importance of respecting the horse's personal space and the potential consequences of failing to do so. Even when a boy comes close to the guard and grabs the reins, showing disrespect, the guard reacts firmly to the boy's misbehavior, reinforcing the need for proper conduct. In another instance, a woman gets too close to the guard, and the horse bites and grasps her, causing her to fall to the floor, underscoring the consequences of proximity. When a man in a blue shirt comes very close to the guard, ignoring warnings, the horse bites his arm painfully, reiterating the importance of heeding instructions. As a couple approaches the guard closely for a photo, the guard asks them to keep their distance, maintaining the necessary space between the public and the guards. In a particularly egregious case, a family repeatedly disobeys and ignores the king's guard and police. Demonstrating a lack of respect. Their entitled behavior, seemingly for photo ops, is met with disapproval. Similarly, when a woman grabs the horse's reins while taking a photo, the king's guard shouts at the rude tourist, reinforcing the importance of proper behavior. A woman grabs the horse's reins while taking a photo, smiling. However, the king's guard suddenly shouts at the rude tourist, reminding her of appropriate conduct. In a heartwarming moment on Christmas, the Royal Guard surprises everyone with a musical troupe performance. Creating a warm and wonderful atmosphere that showcases their versatility and holiday spirit. When an anxious horse struggles to enter the box, the police and Royal Guard work together to help the horse calm down. Demonstrating their care and expertise. These moments highlight the Royal Guard's dedication not only to their duty, but also to the well-being of their horses. In a touching scene, a family takes a photo with the Royal Guard and his horse. The guard carefully controls the horse, ensuring the nervous little girl's safety. However, when a girl comes close to the guard for a photo but touches the reins,
Get off the ring!
the guard shouts, "Get off the reins!" reinforcing the importance of respecting boundaries. Similarly, when a large man touches the reins despite the presence of a rule board, a police officer approaches and explains the rules to him, ensuring compliance and understanding.